We're the largest grassroots organization in the world. We have, largest grassroots on-campus organization in the world. We have 250,000 members on 1,800 and change campuses all over the country, and we're growing every day. We do a lot of different activities between election years and off years. In election years, we'll focus a lot on grassroots activism, things like getting involved in campaigns, helping local candidates, and all the way up the ticket. Typically, we'll run a field program where we'll have full-time staff who are out there recruiting and mobilizing volunteers on college campuses, getting them engaged, getting them registered, and then helping them find outlets for them to kind of get involved. And we're doing a lot of interesting things online this year as well. We've got our new action network online called Storm, which allows students to kind of gain some empowerment over the web, to do a lot of the social activism stuff that they're doing anyway through Facebook and MySpace and some of these other sites, and apply it directly to politics. So we've got a lot going on. We've got federations in all 50 states, and they're all very active and excited about the '08 election, so we're having fun.
Tell me about the Storm campaign. How would that work, a Storm campaign?
Well, the Storm campaign is pretty much what we're calling our online activism center. It works in some of the same ways as kind of Facebook or MySpace, where we allow our student activists to self-identify themselves in all kinds of different coalitions, to connect with friends and peers on campuses and in other states, to talk about activities and events that they're hosting collectively, and then to organize and kind of get all of that built up web activity and put it into something concrete and real that we can use to gain votes and earn media. So far what we've seen is a lot of excitement about the system. We've got about 73,000 of our people who have actively taken a look at it and kind of are getting involved. It just launched in February, so we're pretty excited about those numbers so far.
And this year, the youth vote's been ballooning. How's that affecting you as a youth-oriented organization?
Well, young Republicans, 18 to 29, have been shooting up over and over the last three presidential, 2000, 2004, and this year's primaries. So we've seen a lot of activity on our end, and it's corresponded to a lot of grassroots as well, because we have a lot of people who are more interested, who are paying more attention, who are getting more information from all kinds of different sources, and collating that and then spreading it around to their peers. So it's definitely an exciting time.
And a lot of people think McCain's viewed as this very old candidate, but he seems to have a lot of young following as well. So tell me about that.
He does. I think there's kind of this shallow perception that because he's older than them, young people can't see what he's about, and I think that's very much the opposite of what we're actually seeing. John McCain comes off as a guy of character, a guy who's passionate about America, who's passionate about public service, and I think a lot of young voters really respond to that. There's kind of a natural instinct among younger people today to look past the slick marketing aspect of politicians and look for what's really there. Look for their accomplishments, look for their character, look for things that they find as drivers about them. And when they look at John McCain, they see a lot of the things they like. They see that kind of fire in the belly. They see that want for a better America that so many of them want to be a part of. So he's really done a lot to inspire people. People are excited about him.
So do you think John McCain can have the same inspirational qualities such as Barack Obama is having today or Ronald Reagan had in the past?
Sure. I mean, I anecdotally just heard a story from a friend of mine who had just finished watching a video that they had produced featuring some of the more notable speakers in American history and British history as well, and kind of contrasted that with what Senator McCain had been saying to audiences all over the country about their commitment to fighting for our freedoms, their commitment to individual liberty, about having that kind of passion for America, that passion for public service. And I think that's really getting a lot of people inspired. He called me, and with chills down his spine, as he said, saying that this is someone who I can get behind. This is someone who I will follow. So it's definitely an inspired audience that he's reached out to so far, and I think he'll continue to do that. I think independents in particular like his kind of straight talk, his honesty, and his passion about things. I think that kind of transcends a lot of the typical barriers of politics.
And have you found that translates down into youth activism? People get a bit more jazzed and
Absolutely.
more passionate about it?
Absolutely. Everyone works harder for a leader they believe in and want to follow. So we've seen a lot of students who are very, very excited about what Senator McCain's out there talking about on the stump and what he's been doing with his campaign. So our kids are very, very excited about it.
So if I was John McCain now, what would you say to me to convince me to really focus on young voters? And what advice would you give to a candidate to attract?
Well, I don't think I'd have to push Senator McCain too much. I think he gets it. You know, he's very inspired by young activists, and he likes to see what we're doing, and you know, he responds in kind. We get him pumped up, and he gets us pumped up. So I think he appreciates just how valuable young voters are and young activists are. In terms of advice, you know, my number one thing is talk to young voters as much as you talk to anybody else. If you go out there and you consistently spread your message out to those audiences, you'll get feedback. Treat them like voters. Treat them like people who are going to participate. Don't push this label of apathy that was kind of created during the 1990s. You know, talk to them about public service. Talk to them about causes bigger than themselves. And I think Senator McCain already knows a lot of this, but if they keep doing it, I think they're going to see great numbers out of young voters.